Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha Sitaya Pataye Namaha Sitaya Pataye Namaha. I'm just continuing. There's a text that I'm taking in Melbourne called Adhyatma Ramayana. It was written by Maharishi Vedvyas. And remember, Valmiki wrote the Ramayana, Valmiki Ramayana many 20,000 years ago. This was written only 5,500 years ago. And Adhyatma means what? Spiritual angle. What we have to learn from Ramayana. So what we are doing right now, the juncture where we are is Ramchandra ji, Lakshman ji and Sita ji. First, all the kids, how many of you know Ramayana? Little bit? Ramayana? Yeah? Little bit. You will understand when I tell you the story. So, Ramchandra ji, Lakshman ji and our Sita ji, they have come to the Dandaka forest, and there they are staying there for the year. And one day Ramchandra ji tells Sita ji that, Sita, now this is the last year of our exile, and I think you also know, I also know that Ravana is going to come and kidnap you. So if Sita ji does not get kidnapped, is there any Ramayana? No. No Ramayana. So she has to be kidnapped. For that, Ravan, he cannot touch Sita ji. So Ramchandra ji and Sita ji go into the hut, and there at Bhardwaj ashram, a fire is lit. Lakshman also doesn't know about this. And Sita ji enters into the fire, and a fake Sita, a hologram Sita comes out. And that one Ravana takes. So this only is known to Ramchandra ji and Sita ji. Lakshman also doesn't know. That's why if you have read the Ramayana, at the end when he has rescued Sita ji, he asked Sita ji to do the fire test, isn't it? Why? So that the original one comes back. So the fake one goes into the fire and the original comes back. He doesn't want a fake one. He doesn't want Chinese mal. He wants original. And that's fake Sita, the duplicate Sita. Now Ramchandra ji is staying with her, and one day the Marich, one of the relatives of Ravana, who has, Marich means illusion, and he is able to take any form. And Ravana tells him that you go and trick Ramchandra ji to follow you, so that when he is gone, I will kidnap Sita. So he says, okay, if I don't do, what will you do? He says, I'll kill you, Ravan. So he says that it's better to be killed by Ram. If I get killed by Ram, I'll go to heaven or Saket. And if I get killed by Ravana, I'll go to hell anyway. So he chooses to go and trick Ramchandra ji into following him. So what does he do? You all know this. He goes there as a golden deer with a silver spots. And when Sita ji looks at him, looks at that deer, she tells Ramchandra ji, Ram, I want that deer. I want to play with that deer. Please catch that deer for me. Ramchandra ji is also doing the drama. They have already duplicated the Sita. Only a duplicate Sita can have this type of thoughts. And Ramchandra ji says, no, that is not real. There is nothing called a golden deer with a silver spots. This is some Rakshasa who is, some demon who is in the form of this deer. You don't love me, like all wives. You don't love me. You never do anything for me. Please go and first time I asked you something, and that also you are saying that I will not give you. So Ramchandra ji says, now how can I explain to her? He goes after the deer, and the deer takes him away further and further and further and further into the deep jungle. And here Ravana comes in his chariot, in this Pushpak Viman, and he gets down. First, he takes the form. It's not given in Adhyatma Ramayana, but other places it says, what is the best way to take Sita, or take the form of Ram, and ask Sita to come with him. He put her in the chariot and run away. So the moment he takes the form of Sri Ram, he starts thinking like Ram. He cannot think bad. He says, hey, this is not good. He immediately throws away the form of Ram, and then he takes the form of a sannyasi. And he says, Bhavati Bhiksham Dehi. And at that time, just before Ravana comes, Ramchandra ji has shot an arrow on Marich, and Marich, while dying, has taken his form of Rakshasa, demon, and he is calling out, hey Lakshman, hey Sita, help, help, someone help me, Lakshman, Lakshman. In the voice of Ram, he is screaming. And Sita ji, this duplicate Sita, she says, Lakshman, you go and help your brother, he is in trouble. Lakshman says, he is the Lord himself. What trouble he will be in? He will finish the whole world if he has to. I think you are having an illusion. You sent him after that deer. He must have killed the deer, and he is calling out. It cannot be Sri Ram. But you see, it is the voice of Sri Ram. And when Lakshmana is not ready to go, Sita ji accuses him. She says, you want him to die so that you can get married to me. You can take advantage of me. Like this she speaks. And Lakshman ji becomes very angry and disgusted, because he used to consider Sita ji as his mother. He says, how can you speak like this? Then he puts that Lakshman Rekha, and it's not given in the Adhyatma Ramayana, but he says, Sita, Ravan is coming. He will take some form. He will try to trick you into coming and giving him something, or he will try to come and kidnap you. Be alert, use your powers. And he warns her, and he goes in the direction where the help sound was coming. And in the meantime, the moment Lakshman goes, here Ravana appears. He says, Bhavati Bhiksham Dehi, please give me some alms. Sita ji said, Are, in the middle of the jungle, who has come? And our culture says, Atithi Devo Bhava, if any guest comes to our house, we must entertain them, we must give them, if they are asking for food to at least. But she says, my husband has gone out, but it's okay. If you want just food, I can give you food. But please tell me, who are you? Ravana asks, please tell me, who are you? What are you doing alone in this forest, in this hut? She says, I am the wife of Sri Ram, who is the son of the king Dasharath of Ayodhya, and he has gone out to hunt for a deer, and Ravana comes to know that this is Sita. Now Sita is also smart. She says, now I have told you about myself, now you tell me who you are. He says, I am Dashanan, my name is Dashanan Ravan. Dashanan means the one who has 10 heads. I am 10-headed Ravan. I have come to kidnap you in the form of sannyasi. And immediately he takes the form, the ferocious form, with 20 arms and 10 heads, and with the crown and, like the demon form. And immediately with his 20 hands, he digs the whole earth because he cannot touch Sita. If he touches Sita, he will die. He digs the earth with his hands and lifts the whole with the Sita and puts it into his chariot and starts going towards Lanka. And as he is going, Sita is crying, help me now. She is screaming. Before it was Marich, now it is Sita. And suddenly she remembered, oh, I think because of the sin that I committed. What was the sin? Lakshmana, correct. That she accused Lakshmana of wrongdoing. And she says, I think that is why I'm suffering this, suffering at this moment because of my deeds. And oh Lord, please, I apologize, I will never do this again. But what can she do? And as she is going, she saw some monkeys on the Rishimukh mountain, and she quickly took out her jewels and threw them down. They saw someone Ravana was taking her. But at that time, Jatayu, who was resting old, you know Jatayu, have you heard of Jatayu? The big eagle, vulture. And you heard. So that Jatayu, he was resting on the tree, and suddenly he heard the cries of Sitaji, and he says, who goes? And he saw Ravana forcefully taking Sitaji to Lanka. Immediately, without thinking, he flew into the sky, and with his beak and with his, the eagles or vultures, they have got very long talons, nails. And with that, he broke the chariot of Ravana, but Ravana had another chariot coming right next to it, so he jumped into that one along with Sita. And then he scratched Ravana. But Ravana is much powerful than Jatayu. And he has blessings of Lord Shiva. And that blessing was Chandrahas, sword. And with that sword, he cut one of the wings of Jatayu. And what happens to a bird if one wing is cut? On the ground. And he's lying on the ground and is about to breathe his last, but he's waiting. Maybe Ramchandraji will come this way and I will be able to pass on the message that Ravana has actually taken your wife. And while he is chanting Ram, 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 and Ram and Lakshman, they are coming from the Panchavati. And Ramchandraji is crying, birds, have you seen my Sita? Trees, have you seen my Sita? Flowers, have you seen my Sita? Bees, have you seen my Sita? Animals, have you seen my Sita? He is asking everyone like a mad fellow. And at that time, suddenly when he sees this big, huge bird lying on the ground, he thinks this is the Rakshasa who killed the person who was taking my wife and has eaten my wife now. He has killed that person and eaten my wife. I am going to kill him. He took out his bow, arrow, about to shoot. And just when he was about to release the arrow, he heard Ram, Ram, who? Jatayu is crying. And he quickly puts it back, goes to Jatayu. Yes, he says, who are you? He says, I am Jatayu and I am a very good friend of your father Dasharatha, and I know that Sita has been kidnapped and I'm just holding on to my last breath so that I can pass this message to you. But I got one wish now that I'm going to die. I want to die while looking at you because I know you are Lord Narayana. And at the moment he hears Ramchandraji did not get the chance to do the last rites of his father, isn't it? Because he was in the jungle, he was in exile. So here, he takes the head of Jatayu into his lap, and Jatayu is looking at Ramchandraji's face, and looking at his face, by the blessings of Sri Ram, Jatayu is able to see the Chaturbhuj Narayan, Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma Narayan in place of Ramchandraji. And looking at him, he breathes his last. And then Ramchandraji and Lakshmanji, according to the bird culture. What is the bird culture? How do you do Shraddha in a bird family? In human family, what do? You go to the cremation ground, isn't it? Right? In Christians, what do? They bury. Huh? In Parsis, what do? Give it to vultures. There is a big pillar somewhere outside the city, and from there they throw the body and the vultures eat it. But what do you do to the birds? The birds are given and all other birds come and eat it. That's why you will never find a dead bird anywhere. Have you seen any dead bird anywhere? You never see. Let it be a sparrow, let it be a crow, you will never find you will see a dead kangaroo, but you will not see a dead crow. You will see a dead wallaby, but you will not see a dead crow or any bird. Always. Why? Other birds eat it up. Those who eat meat. So, till here we covered last week. Now, and here Ramchandraji blesses Jatayu. He says, those person who listen, read or recite this stotra of mine, while Jatayu was looking at Ramchandraji, he made a stuti. We did it last week. Some prayer about 10 verses, 5-7 verses are there. Ramchandraji is saying, anyone who reads, writes or chants this stotra which Jatayu has composed with faith, devotion and conviction, he will attain oneness with me. Meaning, you will attain Sri Ram if you chant that particular stotra. Here it is saying, what was it? Shrunotiya idam stotram likhedva niyatah pathet sayati mama sarupyam marane mat smrutim labhet. Sayati mama sarupyam. See, there are different types of liberation. What are the different type of liberation? One is realizing yourself. That is Vedantic liberation. Then there is people say, I want to go to Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha, Lord Narayana. That is, for them, that is liberation. Some people want to go to Kailash. For them, that is liberation. But what happens when you go to Vaikuntha? What is the Vaikuntha of Sri Ram? It is called Saket. Have you heard that word? So Narayana, Brahmaji's abode is what? Which loka is it? Satya Lok, the abode of truth. Narayana's abode is Vaikuntha. Shiva's abode is Kailash. I'm going there next month. 11th June, I'll be on the full moon at Kailash. Touching Kailash, hugging Kailash. I climb up to 21,000 feet. Then, what is the abode of Indra? Indralok. Indralok. Swarg are many, all these are Swarg. But Indralok. So, what happens in Indralok? Why people want Swarga? You know?
Be merry. Happy.
Be happy. But why you become happy? You know? Because in Swarga, there is no old age and death. You always remain young. Second, there is whatever you wish, immediately it appears to you. You are free from hunger and thirst. Yet you want to enjoy, it is available. You think of it and it will come to you. See? So that's why people want to go. People want to be eternally young. Ravana also wanted to be, Hiranyakashipu wanted to be, but anyone who is born on the earth must die. There is no question. Even if Ravana is a lord of the three worlds, yet he has to die. He could have surrendered. If he didn't tell the story here, it came some 2-3 chapters ago. Ravana, Mandodari told Ravana that why don't you surrender to Sri Ram? He is the Lord himself. He says, yeah, I remember, because when he hears that 14,000 troops of his were killed by single man, Khara, Dushan, Trishira and the 14,000 army were killed by one person, Sri Ram. And Shurpanakha comes and tells him. He says, who is this superhuman being who can kill 14,000 within 1.5 hours? He has finished all of them. And that day he could not sleep. That night he could not sleep. But Shurpanakha has told him that he has a wife called Sita and she is worthy to be your wife. You like all beautiful things? Sita is the most beautiful person on this planet. And she should be yours. That fellow, he is only wearing bark clothes. He doesn't even, he's not, they don't look good. She'll look good with you. And Ravan at night, he's thinking, how do I get her? But if I go to get her and if this fellow has killed 14,000 in 1 hour, he must be very strong. Then he remembers that when I did tapasya, I took a boon from Brahmaji. And what was the boon? That I should not be, that no person, Gandharva, Kinnar, Devtas, gods, goddesses, rishis, munis, nobody can kill me. And when Brahmaji said, what about human beings and monkeys? He said, they're tuchha, they're worthless. I can just crumble them, finish them off in a short moment. Don't worry about it. But everyone else you cover. And now that thought is coming to trouble him at night. He's not able to sleep that night. He's thinking, I should have asked for man and monkey also. And he said, what if if that Ram is so powerful as they say? What if Ram is Lord Narayana himself? How do I come to know? What if Sita ji is Lakshmi herself? How will I come to know? Then his relative Marich, he has been thrown so far away by the arrow of Ram. He says, yeah, that also happened. He must be strong. So now he has two choices. He says, in spite of all the information that he has, he decides that he is going to kidnap Sita. In spite of all the information, all this is going on in his mind. He says, see, here's the logic of Ravana, of Rakshasa. He says, if I kidnap Sita and Ram comes, and he is not God, then Sita will be mine. Understand the logic? If Ram is not God, Narayana himself, then Sita is mine, the most beautiful woman on the earth. But if he is God, then I'll get liberation. He will kill me, then I'll get liberation. So he says, I'm going to go and kidnap her. This is his logic. And so different lokas we told you. So all the ancestors go to Pitrulok. All the musicians go to their lok. Their abode is called Gandharva Lok. Like that, different. There are 14 lokas. The demons also have their abode. The gods also have their abode. So here we are only talking about the good ones. So Sarupya means you get the form of the Lord that you are praying to. So if you are praying to Sri Ram, you will get the form of Sri Ram. If you are praying to Krishna, you will get the form of Krishna. If you are praying to Lord Narayana, you will get the form of Narayana. Sarupyam, you will become of the same form. So that is the blessing that Ramchandraji gives to Jatayu that anyone who sings your stuti to me or reads or chants, they will get liberation, sarupya mukti. In this way, continuing now in the 9th chapter of the Aranyakand, we have slaying of Kabandh. Kabandh was, we'll tell you who, he is another demon. And all these demons are not outside, they are inside us. Ravana is also inside us. Who is Ravana inside us? You heard of Ravana? You not heard of Ravana? Hey, you not taught her?
No, I haven't thought.
You should bring Ramayana and Mahabharata for her to read.
She has the book.
She's become Aussie, huh? Only vampires and ghosts. Ravana is worse. You will enjoy. You have heard Ravana?
Yeah.
Ravana? Good. Please share some wisdom to her also. Huh? So, who is Ravana? Someone said, क्या बोला था आपने? Ahankar. How does ahankar? Ahankar means ego. You heard that word? Ego? Ahankar also means arrogance. Ahankar means ego. When there is no ahankar, then what is that person? If a person has got no ahankar, no ego, then that person is only good. Take out one O. God. Good. So if there is no ego, you are God. See? So why one? We are also essentially God from within. All of us. You believe it or you don't believe it, but God is functioning through you right now. Then why are you feeling that you are an individual person? Individual person means ahankar. Why? Because we are attached to 10 things. What are they? 10? Like our Ravana. Ravana is called Dashanan. Huh? And Dasharath is called Dasharatha. Dasha, there also 10, here also 10. What is the difference between the two?
One is good, one is bad.
Yes, very good. But why bad and why good? So, Dasharatha, the one, how many senses do you have? 5. Good, 5. Only 5?
You have 6.
You got, which is the 6th one? Which is the 6th one?
Common sense.
Okay, count. First one?
Your mind is the sixth.
No, tell. No. Yeah. So, there are only 5?
Yeah, 5 minutes.
No. You got 2 eyes, so you have to say 2. You can't say just 1 eye.
It's a vision.
No, we are saying senses. So 2 eyes, 2 nostrils, 2 ears. Huh? So seeing, hearing, touching, feeling, tasting. 5. And यहाँ पे you can, if you count that, and then the organ of evacuation and organ of procreation, genitals, that all that put together is 10. He who is a slave of all these is called Ravan. The one who is master of all these is called Dasharath. Therefore, because Dasharath was not a slave of his senses, therefore Ramchandraji was born to him. Because Ravan is a slave of his senses, therefore he has to be killed. Therefore he will die. See? So now you decide, are you Ravan or are you Ram right now? Don't answer, just think about it. So our whole life is about, we are all with ego. We are all, I like that, I want it. I've not tasted that for such a long time. Where is that pizza? Oh my God, that cheese. We are slave of our tongue. And if I don't get it, then racket. You never give me anything. Only sometimes I ask, and by that time, what are the parents for? Only to satisfy the needs of the children. First time I am asking only chips, and you are saying no. Blah 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 blah. Parents feel guilty. Okay, take it, man. Ravana speaking. Ravana speaking. On the other hand, last time I think I told you the story of Prahlad. I think so. Prahlad. You know, his father was out to kill him, but he could not be disturbed. He could not be troubled because he was continuously thinking of the Lord. So, Dashanan is Ravan. Ravan is when we are slaves of our senses. Whatever my eyes see, I want to run after that. Whatever my ears hear, I want to listen to that music. Whatever someone else has, I want that. Then I am a Ravana. Dasharath, master of his senses. Not disturbed by what he sees, hears, touch, feels. He chooses wisely what is required to run the kingdom. See, like politicians, they have got elected to run the country, but they live for their family as a politician, isn't it? In India at least. यहाँ पे भी ऐसे ही है. Here also it is like that only. They give favors to their family. So all are Dashanans. So this whole dialogue of Adhyatma Ramayana is going on between Shri Mahadev and Parvati, Lord Shiva and his wife Parvati. Why it started? Just for your benefit, Parvati has just got married to Lord Shiva. And after marriage, Lord Shiva is sitting in meditation. She says, "Yeah, I just got married. What does a wife want? Or a girl newly married want? That the husband should appreciate how beautiful you are, I'm so lucky, I am really blessed to have you in my life." And this fellow is closing eyes and sitting not for 1 year or 2 years, 10,000 years he was sitting like that. And she's looking, now he'll open his eyes, he's not opening. And one day, after many, many, many thousands of years, when his eyelids flickered, before he could open, she asked the question, "What is that which is so dear to you that you keep your eyes closed and keep thinking of that? I also want to know." She was not jealous. She genuinely wants to know, what is my husband meditating upon, which is more beautiful than me. So then Lord Shiva calls her. She says, "Yes, it's a very, very good question that you have asked. Come, I'll tell you. It is Sri Ram on whom I meditate all the time. He is my soul." She says, "I also want to meditate on him. Please tell me, who is this Ram?" So the whole story is going on. This is how Ramayana also begins in Tulsi Ramayana, and here in Adhyatma Ramayana also it is beginning like this only. So here Mahadevo Vacha Tato Ramo Lakshmanena Jagama Vipinantaram Punardukham Samashritya Sitanveshana Tatparaha Tatradbhuta Samakaro Rakshasa Pratyadrushyata Vakshasyeva Mahavaktraha Chakshuradi Vivarjitaha. Lord Shiva is saying, "O Parvati, after this incident, Sri Ram resumed his search for Sita and reached another forest. There he saw a very strange demon. This Kabandh. He saw a very strange demon whose chest had a large mouth and it did not have any eyes or ears." Imagine, only the torso, no head, no eyes, no ears, no mouth. Where is the mouth? In the middle of the tummy. Imagine. So, do you think from your stomach? He thinks. Do you think from your stomach? Oh, I got a gut feeling. Kabandh Rishi. Huh? Think from your head. You never say, I'm thinking, oh, I'm thinking, let me think, let me think. Do you do that? Or do you say, I'm thinking, I can't remember it. Hand always goes to the head, isn't it? But many people think from their tummy. Kabandha. And they are voracious eaters. So let's see what the story is. He had a large mouth in the middle of his stomach, but no head, and long arms. And then Bahu yojana matrena vyaprutau stasya rakshasah kabandho nama daityendraha sarvasattva vihansikaha tad bahvo madhya deshe tau charantau rama lakshmanau dadarshatur mahasatvam tad bahu pariveshtitau. The demon's arm was stretched to 10 kilometers, 8 kilometers long. He could keep stretching them, and he could contract them like a telescope. You can make it long or you can make it short, like this. Yeah, I can make it long. I can take it up. So like that, he could stretch his arms, and only through the sensation of the earth he could know where the prey is and will catch. And and they were like tentacles. And here it says one yojan in the olden times, one yojana is 8 miles. He was the lord of demons called Kabandh and was cruel towards all the creatures. Anything that came into his grasp, the hand will catch it, bring it straight to the tummy, eat it up. Sri Ram and Lakshman while they were walking through the forest, this Kabandhas, he started, because he's sensory, his arms started like tentacles, they are going, and he's encircled Sri Ram and Lakshman. Now what to do? And with his long arms, and while they walk, and then they slighted that most strong, formidable demon, and he is going to catch them now. Rama provacha vihasan pashya lakshmana rakshasam shiraf pada vihinoyam yasya vakshasi chananam bahubhyam labhyate yadyat tattad bhakshan sitho dhruvam avamapyetayor bahvo madhye संक्लितौ ध्रुवं गन्तुमन्त अन्यत्र मार्गो न दृश्यते रघुनन्दन किं कर्तव्यम् अतोऽस्माभिः इदानीं भक्षयेत् सनौ. Sri Ram laughed and said to Lakshman, "Oh Lakshman, look at this demon. He's without a head, without any legs. Imagine." There was, yesterday only I gave this example, there was one person, one of the famous, very upcoming swimmers in Australian contingent, in Olympic swimming. And he did some jump, or he had an accident, and his legs had to be cut from here, below the hip. The legs had to be sawed off, because the bones were crushed. And I read his story, listened to him on the YouTube, and he was devastated. Now I cannot swim. Because you need legs to swim, no? To get the propulsion. And now I can't swim. My life is a waste. What will I do? How will I live? This, that. And he cried and cried and cried for some days. And then one day he said, no. As his rehabilitation began, he learned and became, the paraplegic swimming. In that, he came first. Only with arms. He built such solid arms. And then once the age came, he said, okay, what else can I do? And he has become a motivational speaker. He goes all over the world. He makes more money than he was making as a swimming champion. Got married, has kids, drives car, does everything, doesn't need any help, but only body up till here. Why did I tell you that story? Positive side. Kabandh is not positive. He has got only this much part. Mouth here. No eyes, no heads, no ear, nothing. So where is his brain? In the tummy. And he has got out of the tummy, from this part, two arms are coming out. And they go and catch the food. And his body does not move anywhere. Body stays there only. And is devoid of hands and legs, and his mouth is in his chest or abdomen. And Ramchandraji is telling Lakshman, and whatever he can catch with his tentacle-like arms, and he eats them to survive. It is sure that we have also got ourselves entangled in his trap, and now we will become his food. See? O Raghunandan, Lakshman, Ramchandraji is telling Lakshman, we do not see any way to get out of his snare, because he has trapped us with his arms on all sides, and we cannot be free from his tentacles. What shall we do now? Ramchandraji is asking Lakshman. Think fast. Not that Ramchandraji, he can kill, but you have to tell the story. I can tell you the whole Ramayana in 2 minutes. Once upon a time, there was a King Dasharath. He did a Havan. He got a blessing. Ramchandraji was born. He had 3 brothers. And then one day, Ramchandraji was sent to the forest. And very quickly, I can finish the story. But when you add all the spices, masalas, tadkas, and the story becomes long, then it becomes palatable. Then you enjoy it. So now this is another spice, Kabandh. He says, what shall we do now? Think fast, otherwise he will eat us up. Then at that time, Lakshman replied, Lakshmanastamuvachedam kim vicharena raghavaha avabhayakaika mavyagrau छिन्द्यावास्य भुजौ ध्रुवं तथेति रामखड्गेन भुजं दक्षिणमच्छिनत् तथैव लक्ष्मणो वामं चिच्छेद भुजमञ्जसा. Lakshman replied, O Ram, O Shri Ram, O brother, what much is there to think about? Why should we worry about this Kabandh Rishi, this Kabandh Rakshas? Let us become alert, means be ready with the bow and arrow and cut his arms. That's it. What's wrong? You just killed 14,000 people. I am also Sheshnag. He knows he is Sheshnag. Who is Lakshman? Ramchandraji is Narayan. Who is Lakshman? The snake on which Lord Narayana is sleeping. Have you seen? That snake with the 1,000 hoods is Lakshman. In Krishna Leela, he is Balram. That's Sheshnag. So he says, I will cut one arm and you cut one arm and we'll finish him off. Sri Ram agreed and saying, all right, and he sliced off the right arm of that Rakshasa, while Lakshmana, he cut off the left arm of that demon Kabandha. And that, again, so little bit chanting Sanskrit verses. Tatoti vismito daitya kau yuvam surapungavau madbahuchhoedakau loke divideveshu vakutaha tato bravidhasanneva ramo rajiva lochanaha ayodhyadhipati shriman raja dasharatho mahan. Then that demon, that ogre, became confused. He said, who are you? You look like noble and superior among like gods who have cut off my arms. No one is capable in this world, because he had a boon from Brahmaji. He says, nobody is capable of cutting my arms, but you have done it. Either in this world or among the gods, nobody has the capacity to cut my arms and get away with it. And you have cut my arms. At this, the lotus-eyed Sri Ram laughingly, jokingly replied, Sri Dasharath was the king of Ayodhya. And then he explains who he is because you have to introduce. This is culture. I might know. So he is asking, the demon is asking, who are you? It is important that he introduces who he is. Remember, some of you who have read Ramayana, that you will know. Then when Surpnakha, Ravana's sister, when she asked Ramchandraji who you are, he told her, I am the son of Dasharatha, etc., etc. And when he says, who are you? She tells lies. She says, I am just, because she has changed her form from a demoness into a beautiful damsel, and she's moving on. She says, I am looking out for a husband, and that's why I'm roaming the forest. Do you find a husband in a forest? But that's how she was, telling lies. So here Ramchandraji says, Ramoham tasya putrausau bhrata me Lakshmana sudhi mama bhaya janakaja sita trailokya sundari avam mrugayaya yatau tada kenapi rakshasa nitam sitam vichinvantau chagatau ghorakanane bahubhyam veshtitavatra tava pranari rakshaya chinnau tava bhujautvam cha Kova Vikata Rupa Dhruka. He says that Sri Dasharath was the king of Ayodhya, was, not is, because King Dasharatha has passed away in the pain of losing Sri Ram. And he says, I am his son Ram, and this wise one by my side. He doesn't say he's wise. He says Lakshmana is the wise one. He says, this wise one by my side is Lakshmana, my younger brother, and while Sita, who is the most beautiful in the three worlds, has been kidnapped, is my wife, and someone has taken her away. And he tells him the story that we had gone to hunt, and some demon kidnapped her, and now we are in search of my wife Sita and roaming around in this dense forest. And the moment we entered into this Dandakaranya, the dense forest, we were surrounded by your tentacle-like arms, and to protect ourselves, we took out our swords or arrows and we cut your arm, and they got cut. We don't know how it happened. So now tell us, who are you, this strange fellow, with fear, with no head, no eyes, no ears, and no nose, mouth in the tummy, and only arms, no legs? How come did you get this type of form? Answering that question, so Ramchandraji first answers the question of the demon, now asks demon, who are you? Now see the story, what he says, because this is his blessing. Anyone who cuts his arms, he will get freedom. So he says, Dhanyo Kabandh uvacha Dhanyo ham yadi ramastvam agatosi mamantikam pura gandharva rajoham rupayau vannada arpitaha vicharan lokam akhilam varanari manoharaha tapasa brahmano labdham avadhyatvam raghutama. Kabandh, the demon, that ogre, he replied, if you say that you are Sri Ram, what you just now answered my question, if you say you are in case you are Sri Ram, you have come of your own wish to me, then I am very fortunate. Dhanyoham, dhanyosmi. Here is dhanya aham. Aham means I. Dhanya means I am blessed. I am very fortunate. Why I am fortunate? Because I am blessed, because in my previous birth I was a Gandharva, Pura Gandharva Rajoham. I was a Gandharva Raja. Who are Gandharvas? They are divine musicians. So they are playing the tabla, sitar, veena, everything, and the apsaras are dancing. So Gandharvas are the divine musicians. He says, I was a Gandharva in my previous birth, and I was, when I was young, I was in my youth, I had intoxicated. I was intoxicated. I was. I felt invincible. Someone there? Kids? Oh, okay. It's okay. There you go. So he says, I was intoxicated, and because of what intoxication? The arrogance and ego of his own beauty and his own handsomeness. Do you feel you are the best looking boy or girl in the class? You do? I may not feel I am the best, but my beard is the best. Huh? So that naivety, that vanity, that I am the best, and in that way, thinking that I am and intoxicated, nobody doesn't consider anyone his equal, I am the best. And in this way, oh Sri Ram, I had got this boon of immortality. That is, a boon means a blessings from, and what is that blessing? That I will not be killed or die at hands of anyone. And Brahmaji, I had prayed to Brahmaji, I had done tapasya, he had blessed me that I will not get killed by anyone. Remember, Ravana also got the boon of immortality by Brahmaji placing the nectar in his behind the navel, and Ramchandraji comes to know and he shoots the arrow there, and then Ravana dies. See, how will you become immortal? Are you mortal or immortal? What did I start the lecture with? What did I say in the beginning of the lecture? That the Lord Ram is functioning through you. So what is the difference? What is the difference? So if you run after the world and you consider that you are only this body, you are mortal. Then complain, then struggle for survival, then struggle for this disease is troubling me, that hay fever is troubling me, this is too cold today, he put the heater on, continuously complain. Continuously. Why? I am this body. But what are you? You are the spirit. Are you all spirit also? There is life expressing through you, isn't it? Does spirit have any form? How? Give one example. Does space have any form? Space is infinite, isn't it? Space is infinite. Is there space outside this house? What? No. There is no space outside. Yes. I am watching. So there is space outside the house, and is there space inside the house?
Yes.
So is the space inside the house infinite? No, inside the house. When you say this is hall space, and when you go outside, this is, can you say it is hall space? No, it is space, isn't it? So what is the difference between the two?
There is a limit.
Good. What?
No limit also.
Outside there is no boundary. The space here, in outside inside space is same, but here we have created a boundary called wall, and our attention is on the wall. Therefore we say this is hall space, toilet space, bathroom space, bedroom space. Similarly, body space, correct? Brain space. See? But what is the nature of space? Infinite. Where is your attention? On the boundary. So when your attention, you have accepted, you have got identified that this is the boundary that I am, then you are a individual, then you are a, what was the? Mortal. then you have to die. For others, when you die, you will come to know that there is nothing called death. But other people will cry because they see the body dying. Spirit never dies. If I break this house, will the space die? So if I break the body, will the spirit die? No. Spirit never dies. Exactly the same example. So our journey, immortality means recognizing while functioning through this body, because you didn't create the body. Who created the body for you? Who created the body for you? Parents. Oh, I forgot. I have parents. I thought I popped from the sky. Parents produced you, but they produced only the body. They didn't create the spirit. Spirit came from God. Body came from parents. God is infinite. Body is limited. See? And you have decided you were infinite and you have decided that you are limited. Now whose fault is it? Yours. To correct this fault, we study Ramayana, we study scriptures, we study Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita, so that our thinking gets corrected. See? So here, that is clear. Very simply I put it. I can complicate it, but I will not. So this fellow, this Gandharva, this Kabandh demon, Ogre, he was a celestial musician, a divine musician who had done tapasya, and Brahmaji had blessed him that nobody will be able to kill you, and then as a result I used to roam about in the whole world without any fear, because nobody can kill me, and what I used to do, I used to catch beautiful girls and take advantage of them and then leave them, and because he was very handsome, he was very beautiful to look at. Who? This Gandharva, the king of the musicians. And in this way, continuing, Ashtavakram munim drishtva kadachid hasampura kruddho savaha dushtam tvam rakshaso bhava durmate ashtavakra punapraha vandito me dayaparaha shapasyantam cha me praha tapasa dyotidha prabha. Once I burst out laughing and seeing the sage Ashtavakra. You heard of sage Ashtavakra? He was the teacher of Janak Maharaj. You know who is Janak? King Janak? He's there were 14 Janakas, one after the other, all realized masters. So one of them, Ashtavakra, was the teacher. Ashtavakra means what? Ashta means 8. Vakra means crooked. So when you do Sashtang Namaskar, when you do Sashtang Namaskar, or when Lord Shiva is standing on his one leg doing Tandav Nritya, he is all crooked. Krishna, when he is standing with the flute, he is not standing straight. Attention! Hold the flute. Now start. Oh, no. He is all teda meda. He is crooked in 8 places. So this Ashtavakra is a young sage. He is also is a realized master, and who was bent at 8 places in the body, and he walked awkwardly, because naturally if your knees are facing outwards, your ankles are facing inwards, your hips are not proper, and you are continuously walking like that. And so this Gandharva was the celestial musician. He was going in the sky and he saw him and he laughed at him. and he became, and that Ashtavakra, even though he's a great person, he's a realized person, but destiny, That Ashtavakra immediately became angry when he saw him laughing, and he cursed him. And he says, "You wicked rascal, you should become a demon." And the moment he cursed me, I realized my mistake. The Kabandh is saying, I realized my mistake and I prayed him, please don't curse me like this, that, everything, and to limit that so that I should not become demon for eternity. He stopped it, and he says that sage who was kind, he says that he told me a way out of getting out of this demon body. Which demon body? With the torso, with the mouth in the middle, no head, no legs, only arms. And what did he say? With this we conclude afterwards. Treta yuge dasharathihi bhutva narayana swayam agamishyati te bahu छिद्येते योजनायतौ तेन शापाद् विनिर्मुक्तो भविष्यसि यथा पुरा इति शप्तोहमद्राक्षं राक्षसीं तनुमात्मनः. He said in Treta Yuga, how many yugas are there, you know?
40.
What is the first period of time? Satyug. What is the second? Treta Yuga. Third? Dwapar. And fourth, who was in Satyug?
Ram.
No. Satyug was Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu, Varaha Avatar and all that. In Treta Yuga, Sri Ram, Parshuram, both of them came there. And then in Dwapar Yuga, Shri Krishna. In Kali Yuga, you all. I'm not negatively speaking, because God is in you. So, in Treta Yuga, that is the second period of time, and Lord Narayana himself, the Ashtavakra is telling that Gandharva, who is pleading, please don't curse me, please limit my curse. He is saying in Treta Yuga, so already thousands and thousands and thousands years he has been living as a demon, this Gandharva. He says that Sri Ram that Lord Narayana will manifest as the son of Dasharath, and he shall come to you. You don't have to go anywhere. Liberation will come to you. How wonderful. Did you call me? Except Narayana. Narayana called me. Anyone else of you called me? I came to you, no? You are getting, without asking anything, you are getting a satsang by the grace of Narayana. I'm just comparing. So here, Kabandh also doesn't have to do anything. The blessing will come. He says, he will come and then he will cut off your arms, and which will be 8 kilometers in length, and then you will be freed of this curse and you will go back to your original form as the divine musician, the Gandharva, and thus having got that curse, I became a demon, and I have been waiting for that day when my arms will be cut, and today they are cut. See? And then he gives what happens to him once he becomes free of his demonic body. Kadachid devarajanam abhyadravamaham purusha sopi vajrena mam rama shiro deshe bhyatadayata tada shiro gatam kukshim padau charagunandana brahmadattavaran mrityuhu na bhunme vajra tadanat मुखाभावे कथम जीवे दयमित्यमराधिपम ऊचु सर्वे दयाविष्टा माम विलोक्यास्य वर्जितम. O Sri Ram, once I ran behind Indra angrily, at which he retaliated by hitting me on my head with his Vajra, thunderbolt. O Sri Ram, by the force of that Vajra, my hands and legs went inside my tummy. My head and my legs, both by the hit of that Vajra. Vajra is what? The thunderbolt. Thunderbolt is the weapon of King of Heavens. And when he hit it, my head went inside the tummy, my legs went inside the tummy. Now that's why I'm looking like this. This I also didn't know, that he did that. and into my abdomen, but I did not die due to the effects of my earlier boon of Brahmaji that no God can kill you. And therefore, how will he survive without a mouth? Tato mam pahapadhava jathare te mukham bhavet bahute yojanayamau bhavishyato ito vraja ityuktotra basan nityam bahubhyam vanagocharan bhakshayamyadhuna bahu khanditau me tvaya nagha. Then Indra told me, your abdomen shall have your mouth and your arms will be the 8 miles long like tentacles of octopus, and now you go to the earth from here, and as instructed by the king of heavens, the Indra, I came here in this jungle, and I have been for so many thousands and thousands and thousands of years, I have been here and just living whatever I can catch and eat. Here he uses the word what? Anagha. Anagha means the pure one, the sinless one. He says, you have now cut off those arms. Now, he's still thinking of his body. He says, how will I survive? He's thinking that he's going to die. But let's see. With that, we'll conclude. Itah param mam shobhrasye nikshipagnin dhanavrute agnena dahyamanoham tvaya raghukulottama पूर्वरूपमनुप्राप्य भार्यामार्गं वदामि ते इत्युक्ते लक्ष्मणेनाशु श्वभ्रं निर्माय तत्र तं निक्षिप्य प्रादहत्काष्ठैः ततो देहात् समुत्थितः कन्दर्पसदृशाकारः सर्वाभरणभूषितः रामं प्रदक्षिणं कृत्वा साष्टाङ्गं प्रणिपत्य च कृताञ्जलिरुवाचेदं भक्तिगद्गदया gira. Oh Sri Ram, the best one, now push me into a pit full of firewood and fuel. Now, do my last sanskar. I cannot do it myself. You will have to do it for me. Jatayu's last rites were done by Ram and Lakshman. Now this Kabandh Rishi, who is a cursed Gandharva, he also is going, his last rites also will be done by Ram and Lakshman. He says, please light my my body's cremation, and by lighting a fire, and this demonic body will burn, and I will come back to my original form, which is that of the Gandharva, and I shall tell you the whereabouts of. First you do this. See again, if I told Narayan that, hey, I'm coming for dosa, he said, no, Swamiji, I'm busy. No. So he says, Acha Swamiji, you come, but first you give satsang, then only food will be given. Same way, Kabandh is saying, first you do my body's cremation, only then I'll tell you where your wife is. Or how can you get to your wife? There's always, what is in it for me? What is my gain? If mom says, okay guys, do the vacuuming of the house, immediately, what am I going to get back in return? Am I going to get the chocolate? Am I going to get a pizza? Huh?
Clean house.
Huh?
Clean house.
Clean house. Oh, that's, your mom is smart. Your mom is smart. So he says, when Kabandh had requested in this way, Ramchandraji and Lakshmanji, they cremated him. Then out of his body emerged an effulgent being, the divine being, and who was very, very handsome and beautiful, because he was already like that, no? It was because of Ashtavakra's curse and Indra's curse that he had become like the demon, got the demonic form. And he was of a charming countenance, and he resembled the Cupid, the Kamdev, and with all the ornaments and everything. He went around Sri Ram 3 times as a mark of respect. When we go to temple, we do that, isn't it? 3 times we go around. Why do we do that? Does a stone idol need? Is that a stone or is that God? How? You are touching stone. The building is stone or bricks. Inside the statue is also stone.
Mind.
What mind? Make a whole sentence.
Think.
Huh?
Imagine.
Good.
That's very good.
That's good. Just like he is a man, but you are imagining he is your father. Do you have any proof? It's true. It's not only about her. Any one of you. It is only because of faith. It is only because you believe. Because from childhood you have been growing up with that couple, and they have been telling you, who is this? Mama. Who is this? Dada. So one day when mother was talking to the 4-month baby, 5-month baby, and guru guru guru, you know, when parents and that at that age the child is so communicating with eyes, with sound, and the husband came back from work. He says, what are you talking to this fellow? What do you understand? She says, yeah, I can understand. What is he saying? He says, I love mommy more than daddy. Mother knows. Like that. Huh? So it is faith. So when you say, I believe that this statue in this temple is God. Why? This is my projection, my imagination. Yes, it is my imagination. But even if it is not my imagination, it is true. Why? Pran Pratishtha has been done. According to our culture, everything is divine. Everything is divine. Tell me, is this existing in space? Table? Is this house existing in space? Is this body existing in space? Tell me, then why can't you touch space in your body? Solid, isn't it? Where is space?
Outside me.
It's not inside. Oi, if I put a thread from here, it will come out of your anus. It's completely empty inside. You know where you do poo-poo? If you put a thread here, it will come out there. You know that you are empty inside. Another reason I'll give you. I don't know if you have studied chemistry, any of you, atom physics, atoms you have studied? Little bit atoms. What is there in an atom? Neutrons, protons and electrons, isn't it? And what do electrons do? They go around proton and neutron, isn't it? In the nucleus. What is the mass of protons, neutrons and electrons in any atom? It's 0.000000001. What is the majority? What is the rest of it? Empty space. So this is also 99.999999999% space. This is also 99.9999% space. You are also, every molecule in your body is 99.99999% space. But you think you are solid. Imagine the foolishness of ours. If you can't catch this, you are already on your journey to immortality. Something interesting for you guys to think about. So he did. So why do we do the 3 circumambulations to the Lord? So that statue in the temple is also nothing but space, but conscious space, because pran pratishtha has been done. The life has been invoked in it. Therefore, people get miracles when they go to a very, very powerful temple. You know, you must have seen, go to Tirupati, you will see. You go to Rameshwaram, you go to Triambakeshwar, amazing miracles happen there. Why? Because the deity has become so powerful. So many thousands of years of prayers. And when we go around such a powerful deity, either you can do one parikrama or you can do 3 parikrama. Why do you do one? One is Atma Parikrama, that he and me are one. If you do 3, why do we 3? I think every time you go to Sydney, you do the parikrama, isn't it, of the temple? Why do you do 3? Oh, because everyone is doing it, I also do it.
Parents don't give.
I?
Parents don't.
Parents don't, but parents also don't know the answer. You should ask these questions. Put them into a hot spot. You should ask these questions. So why do we do three rounds of the temple?
Body, soul.
With the first round, see, when we come into the temple, what we do, there is a Agni Stambha, and then there is some water, isn't it? And between the stump and the water, there is a tortoise. So when you are coming up the steps of the thing, you are leaving the world outside. When you enter the temple, you light the fire within you, means concentration on the Lord. But as a result of concentration on the Lord, then that tortoise is there. That what does that tortoise do? It withdraws all its senses within. So you are no longer extrovert into the world, you are introvert. And you are not allowing your senses to be distracted by anything. With that focus, then you move towards the sanctum sanctorium, the Lord in the temple. And when you get there, do your namaskar, do your archana, pray to the Lord. First round, you drop your body. Second round, you drop your mind. Third round, you drop your intellect. Then when body, mind, intellect is dropped, what is left? Spirit. Conscious space is left. Conscious space is left. And that is the truth. That is Ram. That is Krishna. That is Shiva. So in this way, we should know about this. And another way to put it is, first round you drop the waking, second round you drop the dream, third round you drop the sleep and become one with the divine. While walking, afterwards no, while doing it, feel. It's only a bhava. So he went around Sri Ram and just will conclude, and with reverence, and prostrated in front of Sri Ram and prayed to him in an emotional voice with folded hands. And now this Gandharva, this demon, who is actually a Gandharva, celestial being, a divine musician, king of the divine musician, he now, just like Jatayu sang a prayer to Sri Ram, he will also do a stuti of Sri Ram. That we will not get into that. And then eventually, after doing the stuti, he goes back to his abode, Gandharva Loka. And in this way, the story continues. Then he will tell Ramchandraji that you go in the southerly direction. I saw that Ravana had taken Sita, and he will give him that you go to Shabri, she will help you and guide you where to go after you meet her. And in that way, this Adhyatma Ramayana, all the characters of Ramayana, whether it is Dasharath, whether it is Ravana, whether it is this Kabandh, whether it is the Ram, Lakshman, Sita, they are all inside of us. Now you will ask, how? Is that question coming to your mind? How all these characters are in us? You know, according to our culture, according to our scriptures, you know the word macrocosm. Have you heard the word macro and micro? Yeah? Macrocosm means the total creation. And what is microcosm? The limited creation. Right? So what is macrocosm? This whole universe. What is microcosm? Maybe a atom, maybe a molecule, or maybe this being. If there is God, I don't know, infinite, I don't know how he looks. Maybe as she said, I am imagining him to be Shiva, Vishnu, Brahma, etc. But he also has arms, he also has heads, he also has eyes, he also has legs, he also wears clothes, he also wears ornaments. So, but he is divine. He is total form. I am also form, isn't it? Micro. So micro and macro are exactly the same. Can you travel everywhere, anywhere in this universe? Our space scientists are doing it. They want to go to Mars, they want to go to Moon, so many people die on the way. They are experimenting. Can they explore the entire universe? I'm asking. Can they explore the entire universe? Why? Because they don't know where it ends and where it begins. Nobody knows. From here I see the sky ends there. That is the horizon. When I reach there, the horizon continues. So where does the Milky Way, where does the space end? With the present new telescope, they have found another 100 billion miles, kilometers, light years of galaxies. So there is no end. But our rishis have found a new way. That entire macro universe is within this micro universe. So our immediate universe is what? This earth, the sun, the moon, the planets, isn't it? Nakshatras also there, that is our astrological chart and everything. But what our scriptures say, where is the sun? Our right eye is the sun. Where is the moon? The left eye is the moon. Where is the space? Our ears are the space. Where is the what is in the nose? The Ashwini Kumar in the nose. Where is Vishnu? Feet. Where is Indra? Arms. Where is Shiva? In our heart. These are its locations. Prajanane Brahma Tishtadhu Padayor Vishnus Tishtadhu. So if you do Rudram, if you have ever chanted, in the previous part, in the Lagunyas, the whole list is given. Which god is in which part of your body? So you invoke. Before doing puja, if any pujari is here, if you do puja, you have to first invoke the gods so that you become alert, that you become refined, you become concentrated, that you invoke their blessings to do the puja. See? So our rishis, saints and sages, they discovered the whole universe inside this body. And when you discover the whole universe inside this body, now your body is not only this form, you have discovered the entire universe. The moment it clicks, immortal. Ravana, he was master of the three worlds. He was not an ordinary person. He was master of the three worlds. So he had discovered three worlds. There will be waking, dream, deep sleep, or it will be the lower worlds, the earth world and the higher worlds. He had conquered everything. All the planets were under his control. But he didn't know how to control them. So he died eventually. He had to die. So with something interesting I'm leaving you with, so you can contemplate. Life is not only, it is going to school and studying and passing, but there is much more to learn from creation. There is much more to learn from inside this body itself. So if you keep thinking, I'll give you one example. If you keep thinking about the light, the vision in this right eye, you can think of anything and it will reveal to you. If you keep thinking of the middle of your tongue for a long period of time, maybe 3 days, without any disturbance, without any distraction, you can think gulab jamun and the taste will be in your mouth. I'm not joking. You don't have to eat. No spending money. Only think. Tummy full. The taste is there. Pizza. Taste. You will feel the cheese melting in your tongue and everything. But you have not spent any money. best weight loss program. If you touch your tongue on the top of your palate and keep it there for 3 days, these are from Patanjali Yoga Sutra. I'm just exciting these kids. If you keep your tongue on the top of your palate and keep it touched there for 3 days without mind going here and there, anyone tells you, my dad, you have never seen his dad, but the moment he says, the picture will come in front of your eyes. Explore your potentiality. There's much more. Our education system doesn't teach us that. Our education system teaches us only to earn some money. There's much more to life than just earning money. With that note, now parents will say, Swamiji, what did you tell them? We don't have answers if they ask us questions. Call me. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. So we conclude. Anyone wants to sing a bhajan?